Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about some lab manual work. Mathematics lab manual work is pending, so let us begin with this work today. As you have 1 month for the practical, so you need to prepare for the same. Just wait for 1 more minute, then we'll begin with today's class. Look, see activity 1. See in your lab manual, this lab manual, those who are having and that are knowing that which lab manual you are using, that is universal. Those who are not having, no, you have to purchase. There can be some students, those who do not have this lab manual. This is of universal. So students should have lab manual of the publisher universal. In this, there are many activities given in this. Total of 18 activities are given, and we are going to cover at least 10 activities from this lab manual. So right now we are discussing about the activity 2 and activity 3. Okay, the moment I'll complete the explanation of these 2 activities, now after that it is your duty to complete this in your practical files and keep on sending me the PDFs. Okay, just after completing it. And later on, obviously I have announced it in the class earlier also that your lab manuals and your notebooks will be collected in school by the school. Okay, means you have to submit it later. You will be called later on. So you have few days, you should complete that. Okay, so activity 2, zeros of polynomial. This is very easy activity, means you know this, and as you have done in the notebook even, just you have to repeat the same in the activity book, this lab manual book. So what is this? Zeros of polynomial. You have to see how many zeros of the how many zeros will be the, means how many zeros will be of different polynomial. For example, the first is linear polynomial, the second is quadratic polynomial. Then how many zeros will be there of linear polynomial, how many will be there of quadratic polynomial? This way we have to check. And what is this all about? Related to zeros only. For example, objective to determine the zeros of polynomial graphically. So graphically we have, see, the activity is to prepare graph to take out the conclusion. Simple. So we are determining the zeros of polynomial graphically. Prerequisite knowledge, concept of coordinates. The spelling is wrong, you have to write the correct spelling. Concept of coordinates, you should know what is coordinate, and you have done this in 9th, coordinate geometry. Okay, and you have done even linear equation in 9th, so you know the basic knowledge, so no problem at all. Then graph papers are required, pencil, scale, rubber, and glue. Procedure, consider, spelling is wrong again, consider a linear equation y equals to 3x minus 6. So there is a linear equation that they have assumed, y equals to 3x minus 6. Take out the solutions. As we know that if we want to plot the values in graph, then we want 2 at least solutions. So they have calculated 3 solutions. So the same we have to do. Go with the three solutions. Put the value of x here. It is y is equal to 3x minus 6. Put the value of x, then you will get y equals to minus 3. Then put the value of x as 3, then y you will get 3. Then put the value of x as 2, you will get y equals to 0. Simple. After this, you will be able to plot these points on the graph the way they have done here. Okay, when x is 1 and y is minus 3, x is 1, okay, x is 1 and y is minus 3. So this is the point. Then x is 2 and y is 0. So x2 and y is 0. Then x3 and y3, x3 and y3. After the making of these 3 points, we have to join this. So after the joining of these 3 points, you will be able to show your equation in the graph. Means this line is representing linear equation in 2 variable, which is y equals to, you should write like this also on graph, y is equals to 3x minus 6. This equation is represented by this line. As simple as that. Now, what you need to focus on, how many times this line of linear equation is cutting x-axis? How many times it is cutting x-axis? Only one. Yes, only one. Okay, that will be that will talk at the end. Maybe they have written. Okay, so number of zeros, if I'll talk about in this, will be is 1, which is visible to us. Fine. Then see this observation. This is the first part of the activity where we have took linear equation, and the observation says the graph y equals to 3x minus 6 as shown in this figure intersects x-axis at only 2, 0. See this. How many times it is intersecting x-axis? It is intersecting x-axis at only this point 2, 0. It means if we'll put the value of x2, then we'll get y 0. So it means x equals to 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, so x equals to 2 is the 0 of the polynomial 3x minus 6. Okay, y equals to 3x minus 6 is given. So means y will be 0 only when x will be 2 here. 2 3 is 6 minus 6 0. Now the second part will begin from here. Second part. Consider, again the spelling is wrong. Consider a quadratic polynomial y equals to x square minus 2x minus 3. I hope till here it is all clear. Fine, because we have to make the graph, there should not be any confusion in that. Consider a quadratic polynomial. Now they have assumed one quadratic polynomial. Y is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. So here now you have to put the value of x. So the value of x is put, means x equals to 0. Then you will get y minus 3. X equals to 1, y minus 4. X equals to 3, y 0. X4, y 5. X minus 1, y 0. X minus 2, y 5. And these all values they have put on the graph. See this, minus 2 and 5, minus 1 and 0, these two. Then 4, 5 here. Then 3, 0 here. Then 1, minus 4 is here. 1, this is written wrong. Please do not copy it down. Just use your mind also. It is 1, minus 4. There are mistakes in this lab manual. So you need to see that. So 1, minus 4. After that 0, minus 3. So 0, minus 3 is this. Now, after plotting these points, you will not be able to make the straight line. So that's why you have to make a line, freehand curve you can make, means without scale. So like this, it will be made, but it should be neat and clean. Your work should be neat and clean if you want full marks in lab manual, simple. Okay, I'll give this instruction in the homework also. Fine, so is it clear? Now, what you need to see and what you need to focus in this graph, that how many times this line, can you tell me what we call this graph? Is there any name of this graph? This is fine that this is the graph of a quadratic polynomial, but which curve it is? What is the name of this curve? I think this question is given in new sample paper also of mathematics. Anyone who can answer which curve it is? What is the name of this curve? I have explained this in quadratic equation in the beginning of the chapter also. The name of these curves. This is a straight line. So this curve is a straight curve, a straight line. Okay, simple. And this is a curve which is just looking like U or V curve, but the name of this curve is parabola. Might be you're knowing, but nobody has replied. You have studied this parabola. Okay, so this curve of quadratic equation is represented by the name parabola. Now, what is the observation? The graph y equals to this, as shown in the figure, is intersecting x-axis at 2 points, -1, 0 and 3, 0. It means when we put the value of x as -1, then we get y as 0. When we put the value of x 3, then we get y as 0. It means 0. The answer 0 is possible only when x will be -1 and 3. So how many zeros will be there? Only 2 zeros will be there. So what is written at the next page? Now, third, one more. Consider a quadratic polynomial y equals to x square plus x plus 1. Now they have took out different values. Now see this. This graph is cutting x-axis at how many points? Anyone? Yes. Yes, obviously it is not cutting at x-axis, so 0 points. So this graph is not cutting at any point on x-axis. That's why number of zeros of this polynomial is 0. So what have you concluded? Means there were two quadratic equations. See, first quadratic equation was y is equals to x square minus 2x minus 3. And second quadratic equation is x square plus x plus 1. And in this we got a result that number of zeros are 2. And here number of zeros are 0. Now it means in quadratic equation, maximum zeros which is possible is 2, and minimum it can be no zero also. Can anyone explain me this concept? Why this equation has 2 zeros and why this equation has no zeros at all? No zeros, no roots and 2 roots. How it is possible? If you have studied quadratic equation carefully and you know the concept of quadratic equation chapter number 4, then you should give me this answer. How it is possible without looking into the graph, and how it is possible that in this quadratic equation we have zeros 2 and in this we have zeros only 0. Yes, Garv, any answer from your side? Unmute.
Sir, in that no 0 1, that descent is descent.
Yeah.
In no 0 1, the descent is there. That is in minus.
Okay, discriminant. Descent.
Sorry, discriminant is
Okay.
minus. So that's why it is coming in root, so it is not there.
Good.
And that is, and in second one is it is positive.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah. He is absolutely correct. He is absolutely correct. What he is saying that, sir, here d is greater than 0 and here d is less than 0. If you'll take out the discriminant out of this and this, then you'll get to know. See this? The first equation is x square minus 2x and minus 3. If you'll take out the value of d, that is b square minus 4ac. So minus 2 square minus 4 into a into minus 3. That is 4 plus 12, that is 16. So d is 16. If d is greater than 0, then always we have real and distinct roots. Means you will get two unequal roots. And that we got in this question. See this? There are two unequal roots. One is -1, one is 3. Okay. And in the second equation, it is x square plus x plus 1. Take out the value of d, discriminant b square minus 4ac. 1 square minus 4 into 1 into 1, 1 minus 4 minus 3. So here d is less than 0. So even the roots does not exist. No real root exists. Real root does not exist. That's why we were not able to find on the graph any root, any zero. Clear? I think this activity is clear. Now concentrate on this, how you are going to write each and everything. Let me interrupt this, or now see how we are going to write. First of all, write the top, do not write activity 2. You have to write at the back, this is your first activity, activity 1. Okay, activity 1, the top heading. Then after that, just write the topic, the same, the way it is written. Do not make this drawing, just make it simple. Topic, zeros of polynomials. This will be the active heading of the activity. Activity 1, this you have to write. Then topic, zeros of polynomial. Okay, after that, write the objective, prerequisite knowledge, material required as it is on the right side of the page. Means in the manual, the left side is blank and the right side is the ruled one. So I hope it is clear. You have made it in 9th also. The graph that you have to make and paste, that will be on the left side, on the blank side of the page. Okay, use common sense and make it neatly and properly. There should not be any mistake at all. Okay, I have to take this very seriously. Clear? So objective and all these, all things you have to write the same, everything is same till here, till the result, everything same on the right side, but only the graph will be on the left side, the blank side of the page. This also and this also. Clear? And all this table and all, everything will be on the right side of the page. Make a note of these things. There should not be any mistake. Students do a lot of mistake while making lab manual. So you have not to do that. Okay, and use your mind also in between while writing down all the things while making the graph. There should not be any mistake. There can be mistake in the book. For example, I have told you where was the mistake. Okay, the way it was, it is written here, 0 comma minus 4, that is 1 comma minus 4, it is 1. Okay, so you have to just rectify these things also. Is it clear? Activity 1, how to do. So this is activity 2 in your book, which you have to write as activity 1, zeros of polynomial topic. Now the next. That is on the activity that we have done. It is on quadratic, means on polynomial, simple. And this is on linear equation. That was on polynomial. This is on equation, linear equation. Now here we are going to verify the consistency of pair of linear equation in two variables by graphical method. Means whether the linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. If it is consistent, then what kind of unique solution or infinitely many solution? And inconsistent means no solution. Simple. So how we can check that? And which is very simple to check. And we have to check it by graphical method. It means if the line will intersect, it is unique solution. Unique solution means consistent. If the line will be coincident lines, then it is infinitely many solution. That is also consistent. If the lines are parallel, then it is no solution, means inconsistent. I hope this you know the basic thing. So in this also same objective, prerequisite knowledge, material required, procedure, the way it is written, the standard equations. Then after this, first they have considered an example of two equations they took, then three solutions they have took out, and they have made the graph. What kind of graph it is? A graph of intersecting lines, which represent unique solution, and unique solution represents consistent pair of linear equation. I hope this point is clear. As you have done this in even your fair notebook. These graphs you have made. After this, the second pair of linear equations they have considered. In this, three solutions they have took out, and they have made the parallel lines. Means it automatically the lines are parallel. If the lines are parallel, then obviously the solution is inconsistent because it represents no solution. Okay, then first pair, one more pair of linear equation. In this, both the table shows some points, showing some points, and if these points you will show on the graph, then each and every point will come on this line only. It means both the lines, means both the equation represents the same line. Okay, that's why it is coincident lines, and coincident lines represent consistent pair of linear equation. Simple. And after that, the observation you have to make in this way, and this table is given in your NCERT book also to explain you. And it is exactly one means unique solution, no solution, then infinitely many solution. In place of exactly one, you can write even unique solution, no problem at all. And these two are consistent, this is inconsistent. Okay, where we do not have any solution because the lines are parallel, they are not intersecting, then how we can say there will be a solution? I hope it is clear that only graph work you have to make on the blank side of the page, and that's everything you have to write on the right side, the ruled sheet. And the result also the same. Do not write this viva was and all. Okay, this is just for your reading purpose. If any student is having any doubt related to these two activities, see, in this also you have to write activity 2. Do not write this. Activity 2, the same topic, system of linear equation, then start in the same way. Okay, write these headings with black pen and rest with blue pen, and graph, do not draw graph with pencil. Sorry, pen. Use pencil. Okay, for the graph. And it should be properly pasted. Not in hurry, you're not using the glue properly. Okay, so these are the first two activities. Now let us see one more activity. And by the time you can go through with these two activities, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm giving you 2 minutes. You can see rest. I'm starting with the next. Now after this, we have one more activity to discuss today. That is activity 10, directly activity 10 in your lab manual. Wait, let me paste the picture here. Wait for a few seconds. So here is this image and this one. Activity 10, based on tangent to a circle. Okay, so activity 10, where you have to write it as activity 3. Remove this. And topic, verification of lengths of tangent. So how you have to verify the length of tangents. Try to understand it. If you will not be able to understand, then you can ask me, okay, how, sir, how it is possible or whatever. Otherwise, it is very easy. Verification of the length of tangent. So how we can verify the length of tangent drawn from external point to a circle are equal. See, to verify length of tangents, this is the theorem. Length of tangents drawn from external point to a circle are equal. If there is a circle and you're making a tangent from this point to this circle and to this circle, then these two tangents are equal, as we know this. But how we can prove this with the help of an activity? So prerequisite knowledge is you should know what is tangent and you should know what is the length of tangent. That's it. Material required is colored paper, geometry box, pair of scissors, and fevistick. Then procedure, cut a circle of any radius. See, you need to follow this carefully. Cut a circle of, spelling is wrong, cut a circle of any radius from colored paper. So there might be colored papers given at the back. There are some color papers given at the back of your lab manual, and even the graph papers are also given at the back, so no need to buy additional papers and all. Everything is given at the back of the lab manual. So colored paper, you can take any, you can take even the yellow circle and paste it on a plain colored paper. Take any other blue colored paper and paste a yellow circle on this. You can take it as green or blue and this yellow. Okay, paste like this. After pasting a yellow circle of any radius on this colored paper, then take a point P outside the circle. Outside the circle, take any point P on this paper only. Fine. And fold the paper from OP. You can see from OP, you have to fold the paper, or even you can join this OP like this dotted line, then you can fold the paper. Okay. This I'll tell you later. I'll move according to this activity only. See, take a point outside P on a chart paper. So I have took a point outside of this, that is point P. After this, fold the paper in such a way that it passes through P and touches the circle at any point. So you have to fold this from this side. From this side, you have to fold this paper in such a way that this line should be formed. Fold in this way that it touches the circle and passes from P. So we have to fold this paper from this side like this. So you have to see this measurement while folding, that it should fold from point P and also a point on the circle, means so that it should look like a tangent. Clear? After this, what you have to do next, the same you have to repeat from the lower side, this from the below of the circle. So that this PB line should be drawn. So from here also the paper is fold, and from here also paper is fold, from here also. Then you have to open the paper back so that these lines are visible to us. After this, from OP, you need to fold this paper from the middle of this. Okay. Then if you will look at AOP and BOP triangle while folding the paper, no, AOP and BOP triangles will cover each other completely. It means these two triangles are congruent. If these two triangles are congruent, then obviously these two corresponding sides will be equal to each other. Clear? And even if the triangle is covering the other triangle completely, it means all the sides are also equal to each other and the angles are also equal, because these are congruent triangles. So simply this way we have to write the observation. We observe that the triangle AOP is exactly covering the triangle OBP. AOP and OBP will cover each other completely. Okay, and see, after folding from these two sides, then even you can draw like this a straight line here, and you can draw in this way also, that this triangle and this triangle are covering each other completely. So that's why PA and PB are equal. Clear? So you can write the results later on. Clear? So all these images should be on the left side. Clear? First perform this activity on a paper. After that, paste these images, means or paste this paper on the left side, on the blank side. Is it clear? Any confusion related to these three activities or how it is done, being done, or whatever, then you can ask. Otherwise, your task is to complete these three activities by Monday, means by Sunday. And on Monday, we'll be doing 3 more activities. After Monday, means Monday is, what is the date on Monday? Monday, it is 7. And after that, Tuesday is 8. Then on 8th also we'll be doing this. By 8 we'll be trying to complete this lab manual. And after that, 9th and 10th and 11th. Okay, then we have to discuss even new sample paper issued by CBSE and some assignments I'll give for practice of the chapters that we have done after September exams. Okay, do all this to prepare for P3 board. So if any confusion you have, you can ask. Rest, I'll tell you the other activities that we are going to do. Right now, only 3 activities you have to complete. Okay. For example, see, try to read. See, after the activities now there are some questions given like this, so you should read this. It will increase your knowledge. Even viva will be taken and we can ask you anything in viva related to these activities or related to your mathematics formulas, anything. So you have to prepare for the practicals also. And while making lab manual, why you should not read these questions? You should read these questions. Okay, it will help you to prepare. Then for example, define tangent to a circle, that we know that intersect circle at only one point, that is the tangent. Who introduced the word tangent? The word tangent comes from the Latin word tangere, which means to touch, and was introduced by the Danish mathematician Thomas Finnick in 1853. I hope you were not knowing about this. So this is our knowledge given here about the tangent. Then a line intersecting a circle in 2 points, that is a secant. A common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle is called, the common point of the tangent and the circle is called point of contact. Then tangent at any point to a circle is perpendicular to radius. This is a theorem. Okay, and in the same way, questions related to this. If x and y are 0, then where is the point lie on graph? It will be lying at origin, because there only y and x are 0. Then is the pair of linear equation is consistent? For consistent, either a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2, or all three should be equal. In this, they have solved 4 upon 8 1 by 2, 6 upon 12 1 by 2, minus 7 upon minus 14 1 by 2. So all are giving 1 by 2. It means all the ratios are the same, so it is consistent. Infinitely many solution. So if you have unique solution, you have to find the value of p. This is NCERT example. If you remember, if you have done, then the answer is that for unique solution, a1 upon a2 does not equal to b1 upon b2. Then put the value from the equations to take out the value of p. So 4 upon 2 is equal to, is does not equal to p upon 2. After this, we have to do the cross multiplication. You will get p does not equal to 4. See this, 4 by 2 does not equal to p by 2. Cross multiply, then 2p does not equal to 8 and p does not equal to 4. It means except for any value p can take. Do not leave your answer till here. You'll not get full marks. In this type of question, always you should write that p can take any value except 4. Means except 4, p can take any value, any real number can be written in place of p, and that all will satisfy the equation. What does the graph of linear equation represent? Always a straight line. If the graphical solution of two linear equation of two lines parallel to each other in plane, then what type of solution they have? If the lines are parallel, then it has no solution. And this way, the questions are given here also of quadratic. What is the degree of quadratic polynomial? Obviously 2. And what can be maximum number of zeros? Maximum number of zeros in quadratic polynomial will be 2, or it can be 0 and 1 also, because minimum can be less. Because if d is greater than 0, then 2. If d is equal to 0, then it is only 1. If d is less than 0, then it is 0. If I define the zeros means the zeros of px are precisely the x coordinates of the point where the graph intersects the x-axis. Then read this all about. Then okay, then bye. Lecture is over. 3 activities you need to write the way I have explained. Bye.